Let's talk about reactions, specifically reactions for advanced materials, which you will need for Tech 2 production. As a first thing, you will need to acquire the reaction formulas. You can buy them in HiSec, and you will find them on the market, blueprint and reactions, reaction formulas. Go to composite reaction, that's what you're looking for. You will need multiple reaction formulas for this to spread the load of your reaction to speed the process up, but you can also do it kind of passively on a single character or single account even. So depending how many you want to run, how much you want to run of reactions, how much you want to have to stockpiles for, you might even need only a single set. You will need to buy every single reaction formula for the future. However, I do not possess the unrefined reaction formulas, such are not needed for reactions. When you have them, you need to go and bring them to a Citadel. There are stations which are able to do reactions, I believe, but they do not have any bonuses and they are not upgradable. Therefore, your barrel is scraping the barrel, and I would suggest you going for Citadels. To find such Citadel, go to in your industry window, go to facilities, and switch from all activities to reaction, and filter for reactions. That will show you the filtered stations capable to run the reactions, and they also will show you those red bars which are decreasing or increasing the industry index in that system, or current industry index in that system. Why I would say it's important? First thing, if you have for example, the Taram, and you want to produce there, and it may be upgradable, not upgradable, it's already upgraded over there. You're gonna plug any reaction formula over there and get max runs. Go to your facility, like the cheapest one is, for example, this one, it's upgrade. And if you max it out, it says 357 mil. However, and by the way, the industry index over there is 2.5. If you're going to a system and station which are much higher industry index, you will see the industry index on the industry index over there is 9.4, and you will need to pay for the same amount of reactions 550 million. So there is a difference. I have multiple blueprints for the reactions, or a couple of them, because you will see if I need to build a supercapital ship, for example, with this reaction, I will need about 30 days and a couple. Therefore, I could spread my load on multiple reactors or multiple reaction quiz to faster my progress, my reaction time. So let's speak about reaction time and the stations itself. So reaction time is, if you move your mouse over the reaction time based on skills and implants in Star Trek and structure bonuses. Skills and implants, it is, if you go to the skills under type in reactions, you will see there are a couple of skills. First, you have remote reactions. It's not necessary, but it is kind of okay to have, especially at level 3. Then you have reactions, which is very important because it will speed up your job, every single queue on your reaction. The master reactions, advanced master reaction, adds up to 5 job queues per character. So, by the way, the advanced master reactions level 4 takes about 33 days to skill up. Therefore, and it's unmapped, by the way. I haven't remapped my character yet. So 33 days on couple with that to get to level 5, to get additional slots. Whether you do or not, it's up to you. Then we're gonna go for the stations. Bigger is better. The Atheno is the smaller version of the Tara. It doesn't provide any bonuses no structure bonuses whatsoever, but it can be upgraded via rigs. I would recommend going straight for the Taras. Fair provide 25% bonus to the job duration, so you need less time to do the same amount of reactions. Then fair rigged, and so job duration and whatever material consumption, what's not, depending what kind of reaction you do. So fair kind of beneficial. Pretty much the idea is biggest bonuses in green and the smallest negative minuses in red. And that's what you're gonna go for. It might gonna happen that the industry is gonna change in the system and somebody gonna upgrade or put a station on the system, and you get probably gonna need to move your stuff over there. So get a jump freighter or at least deep space transporter. What else? There are 2 stages of reactions you will need to run. And the first one is, if you go to your reaction formula, T1 stage reaction. Like this one, T1 stage reaction is pretty easy. You have the reprocessed moon goo or moon ore, so also called moon minerals or whatever you call it. And you need a little bit of the fuel blocks. So depending on the reaction, it might be another fuel block, but you need a couple of those. I would suggest buying all 4 faction fuel block or produce them yourself in order to do reactions on mass scale and have them in stock. Therefore, you will need to import your own isotopes. Oxygen you can mine here in current region, but anything else, so like the other 3, you need to import. If you're buying them from the market here, you want to be charged about 10% or 50% more than a JITA. So just to remind you about that one. And T1 reactions, T1 stage reactions, the product of that one are needed for T2 stage reactions. For example, crystalline carbonides. You need like 2 of those to do, and as an input, and you need additional fuel blocks to run that reaction. However, it's not a rule that you need only 2 reactions. There might be reactions which require more than 2. For example, this one requires 4 different stage 1 reactions to produce a single item, a single tier 2 stage reaction. Stage 2 reaction. So how do you differ that one? So T1 stage reaction and T2 stage reaction. You can differ them on an input material for the one, and the second, the picture. The picture on the reaction type. T1 stage reaction have bubbles or pearls, however you can call them, and T2 stage reactions have always a different picture set of marbles or the pearls or bubbles, whatever you call them. So T2 stage reaction products are used for advanced components. So basically you can sell that. You will see those on the market. You will, for the most part, you will still see them on the contracts. You won't see T1 stage reactions on the market for the most part, and none on the contracts. I guarantee you that. So if you need those, you will need to build them yourself, to do the reaction yourself. What else? And let me think. Hope that I have forgotten or not forgotten. So we have spoken about the skills, we have spoken about the stations. Oh, saving and acquisition. If you want to save a little bit risk on a side note, or you do massive reactions, and how do you make profit? Well, the profit is when you're buying stuff. So let's go to T1 stage reaction, and I'm going to show you a thing or two. So T1 stage reaction require the refined minerals, moon ore minerals. and every single reaction requires fuel blocks. So where can I save? I can save is when I acquire or build or produce that stuff myself, or I'm buying it in JITA buy value, not a JITA sell value. There are some cases where you can buy some JITA split value. The same goes for the minerals. However, it's not all too common that you will missing some materials, and therefore you will need to buy ore, which consists of that minerals plus something else. And plus something else, I want to show you a tool which we're going to use later on to run the reactions. And I suggest you orientate yourself on that one. This is iftools.dev/moonlink, and simply explains you can buy this queue. This is the unrefined moon ore. You can buy the refined material, that's moon ore minerals. You cannot buy tier 1 stage reactions. This is this one queue or bar, but you can buy those materials. These are the stage 2 reaction materials, products which are being used for advanced components. Therefore, if you need, for example, cadmium, but there is no cadmium currently being sold, you can go for otabytes or etabyte. You refine those and you get your cadmium. And also it gives you an overview what you can produce from that. You want to produce from, let's say, from cadmium. Okay, doesn't work or not. If you want to produce from cadmium, you can produce caesium cadmides, crystallite alloy, promethium, etc., etc. So stage 2 can also be used for multiple different reactions. Therefore, it's a nice overview what being used for what. I recommend to use it, and I recommend to orientate yourself if you need some items, and by items I mean minerals, and you don't want to import, to orientate onto ore you can mine here. Okay, caesium might be some items won't be available because there are shortcuts on the market. Not shortcuts, but if they are not available in the region, you will need to import. It might be a key, caesium, might be what else? Dysprosium or something, hafnium, such things. Because you cannot produce them from other moon ore, you need to have them to refine them somewhere else and to bring them, or to bring the ore itself down. Just keep it in mind, there might be a lack of something not available on the market. So depending which stage you're gonna plug in your stuff, your income might differ. JITA buy and JITA split are at the regular one with the price you're gonna buy, and JITA split and JITA buy also is to sell. However, I do not sell my items. I'm building them en masse if I need to, and I have stockpiles. In those stockpiles, you are gonna build your advanced components en masse, which also goes into production. Thank you for listening. Be profitable.